Now we're moving on to section 2
How to
of
find
how
your
to
passion.
find your passion. Probably one of the most
What do you
spend hours reading
complicated
about questions a human being can ask themselves.
For myself,
today. When I can get passionate about something,
we
I'll read about it for hours
go
on
through
end.
life,
I'll buy books and
jobs,
magazines,
doing things.
I'll spend
that really
days on the
we
internet
don't want
finding
to
out
do,
more.
but we feel
There
we
may
have
be a
to do
few
these
possibilities here for you, and all of them are possible.
But why do we
career
have
paths.
to do these things?
So don't close your mind to
Why
these
can't we
topics
live a life
Look where we actually
into them?
enjoy what we're doing.
We
where
talked
actually
about
talented
what's
on
on your
what we're doing,
bookshelf.
and all we're doing is building our passions
Now,
throughout our life.
let me use
myself as an example. I
Isn't that a
love
more joyful life
reading
than
books
waiting
about
to
finance and
hear
business.
your alarm clock go off in the morning
It's
and
my
you want to
passion.
take it and smash it in the
If
wall?
you go to my wife right now and ask
Because
my
for
wife
10 to 15 years,
hey, what is your husband's passion?
you've always
She
done
would
things
say,
that you've hated.
oh my
doing.
gosh.
My husband's passion.
So that's what we're going to talk about
is
today. We're going to
business
talk about
and
today
finance.
of actually
That's all he talks
how
about.
to find your passion.
You know, and it's funny, like
What
one
can we
lady
do?
asked her, don't you get tired of
Let's
your
explore.
husband talking about business and finance?
Now, what I'm going
And then
to
she
do
told the
is
lady,
I'm going
you know,
to explain
I would rather him talk about
each
business
slide,
and finance
and then I will give
than
examples.
some other topics.
And then we'll
At least I
have
know that our
basically an
family's going to be
exercise
taken care of financially
where we're
because
gonna
he's
have to
very
do some work.
educated on the topic.
because this class is about
But the
helping
only
you.
reason I became educated
So
about
let's
the
move
topic
to our next
is
slide.
because it fell into my passion, and I've dedicated my life
Is there something
learning
you
all about.
already love doing?
Now,
Do you
here's
have
the
a
thing
hobby?
about you.
Or
We're
something
talking about
you love
hours
doing
of
as
reading.
a child, but never
You know,
considered it as a
And I hope
possibility?
that you guys are readers.
Whether it was reading a comic
They
book,
say that the average American
collecting something, making
doesn't
something,
read
creating
a
or
book,
building,
one book
there is probably a way
after they
you
graduate
could
high
do it
school for
for
the
a
rest of
living.
their life.
They
Open
may
a comic book
turn
shop,
the pictures on a
or
magazine,
create a comic book
site online,
or read a few
If
lines
there's already
of a,
something you love
a
doing,
news clipping,
you're ahead of the game.
or listen to the news.
Now you just need
But as
to
far as
research
reading
the
a book,
possibilities of
a
making
lot of
money from it.
Americans, and some of you probably who are listening to this right now, are not readers.
Now,
when I was a kid,
and I would like
what was
to
so interesting was
leave you with a quote
is that, and I'm not
I
sure exactly
would
what it
talk
came
to
from,
myself,
but the
but
quote
not
is
in
so
a way
powerful,
like,
you'll get what I'm talking
hey,
about.
Batman, this is such and such.
You
Not
will be
like
the
that.
same as
I
you
would
are
actually give speeches
5
as a kid,
years
and
from
I
now,
visualize
except for
thousands
two
upon
things.
thousands of people in front of me.
The
Now,
books
this
you
isn't something
read,
that someone taught me to do
and the
or anything
people
like that. It's just
you
what
hang
I
around.
actually like doing as a kid. And I would rehearse speeches, and
Think
I
about
remember
that.
there would be times
the books
where my
you
mom
read
would come and
can
actually
change your
catch me
life
talking to myself.
and the people you hang around.
Sometimes
because
she
here's
would
the
look in
thing.
amazement, and a lot of
Once you're
times
on
she would
the
just shake her
path
head and just say,
to
"What's wrong with you, boy?"
following your passion and discovering your passion,
But only thing I was doing
then you need to
was
seek out
acting
others
out my passion, even at that early age.
who have that same passion,
I remember when I was in high
so
school,
you can connect. They can connect.
I joined
you
the
can come up
FFA,
with ways to
which was
better
the
your
Future
passion.
Farmers of America.
You know, I was reading the
chose
book. Stop
the position.
Stop Thinking
that,
Rich.
because we had to go do speeches, speech contests, and things
And
like this.
It said about
Across the
some
state.
a trait of
But I
millionaires
chose
is
the position
that
the
they like
office
to
or
go to their
position
same
that
trade
spoke the
organizations,
most.
the trades that they're
Because
in. They
I
love to go
wanted
to
to
those things
shine.
and network.
And
talk
I
to different
remember
people.
when I
Why?
stood up in front of everybody in
Because
that thing.
You ever
I
been that
amazed
person
them with my speak
that
because
you may be passionate about a
the
subject,
night before I spoke,
and you're in a group
I
of
stayed up the
people
whole
who don't
night
really care about your
rehearsing my
subject,
speech.
and you're trying
And
to
I
talk to
knew
them about your
that
subject,
when I
and they're
stood
just
up,
nodding
I
their
had
head
to
to
own
be
that
polite, but
moment.
really, to be honest, they don't really care
It
what you're
wasn't something
talking
that
about.
I was afraid
But
of.
guess what?
Because it was my
When
passion.
you show up
It
at
was
an
something
organization
that I love doing. And when you
where
love
everybody
doing
in there is
something,
like-minded,
you're going to put the time into it
you
to
can
make it
talk
work.
about that particular thing that you're passionate about for hours.
I started a YouTube channel.
And you may be
Only
able to learn
because
tips to become better
I wanted
in
to talk
your
to people.
passion.
I wanted to have a
So,
platform.
What do
where
you
I
spend
could
your
talk
hours
about my
reading about?
subjects.
What is it?
Now
that
we
you
have
go
in this
on
example
YouTube and
of a
look
person that starts off
What is
reading
it
comic
when you
books.
go to Barnes and Nobles or
And they're
wherever you
always
go?
reading
What
it.
magazines
You know those guys that have
are you
and
buying
there are
on
ladies
this
too.
subject?
They have
That
the
you-
He-Mans,
I mean,
the
not
Star
subject,
Wars,
but
the
what you're
collectors.
passionate about,
Maybe
and you
they're
don't even
selling
know
it
it
on eBay,
Look
and they're just totally
around
into
your
it.
house.
And
Discover
they're-
what you've bought.
They say, "Hey, you know what? I
Because
want to
one
turn
thing about
this
the
so-called
passion is a
hobby that
natural
I'm
thing.
doing
You're going to naturally gravitate
6 to
to
8
it.
hours a day or more
So that's
I
one
want to
way
turn
you
it
can
into a
gain
passion.
info, is to look around.
So that person
everything
would
you
open
own,
a comic book shop
as far as
and
literature,
would not wanna
videotapes,
let
whatever it
too
may
many
be,
other people work
and
there, and
search
they would
for
wanna
clues
work there
of what
all the
you actually
time
have more of,
because
they actually like talking about
so
their passion.
digest that a little bit. And a
Think
person
about
who's
that a little
passionate
bit.
about something,
And we're
when
going
other
to go
people
to the
come in
next
contact
slide,
with a person like that,
well, to the next slide in
they can't
section
help
3.
see but great
After
energy.
this,
So
that person with
we're
that
getting
passion
closer,
will
guys.
go over and beyond
See you at section 3.
to please that person.
He would.
Over and beyond.
So this is where you can start. What is it that you're doing a lot? What is it that is on your bookshelf? What are you doing as a hobby now? And you may tell your other friends, oh, I love doing this as a hobby. When that hobby that you're currently doing could be your passion. Could be something that you're very passionate about. And maybe you need to explore of finding out a way to make money from it. Some people say, you know what? I just love doing this. I don't like using my passion to make money. But here's the thing. You take a person who's at a job who really doesn't like to be there. What do you think their attitude is going to be like when someone comes up to them and asks a question? They probably will be short, irritated, asking themselves the question, why are you talking to me? I'm bothered. I'm waiting for the clock to turn 4:30 so I can leave this place. Or you take a person like you who happens to be very passionate about what they're doing and loves talking about the subject, and you go over and beyond to explain this to this person. Who do you think will be in a better position? So this is the first step. What do you like doing as a hobby? What did you love doing as a child? What are you doing the most? What's on your bookshelf? What is it around you that you're surrounded by that you're doing a lot? We're going to start there. So see you at section 2.